Hey everybody, I'm Paul from Canadian Woodworks and Legacy Lumber. In this episode, the guys are going to be pulling out the vacuum kiln, unloading it. We're going to check in with Justin in the shop. He's a busy little beaver in there. That's pretty funny. And then I'm going to scale some logs out in the bitter, bitter cold. Hope you enjoy this video. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. So here we are, we're at the vacuum kiln. The vacuum is cracked. It takes about 15 minutes to get back to the atmosphere. It's got these pretty cool submarine handles. It actually has spots for a bunch of handles, but we only have to use two, because once we turn the vacuum on, it has a rubber seal on here. It starts pulling the door closed, and it just seals itself. So fortunately, we only have to do two handles. You can definitely smell it. It actually smells like pine sol, Mr. Clean, whatever. Yeah, pine sol. We are drying larch in here. This is 1x6, 10 and 11 footers, and this is going to be used as siding for our Sosuji bond siding. So this will actually get burned. Actually, it'll get molded through our molding machine. It'll then get burned. It'll then get brushed and installed on my own house, actually. This is for my wife and I, so that's exciting. In the very end of it, we have black locust cookies. We'll be getting those out also. Larch is not typically used for this kind of thing because it warps and bends a lot. Fortunately, this has a hydraulic press. Come on in. So this is the hydraulic press pushing down on the wood as it dries. I'm going to raise it up right now. That's step number one of removing the wood from the kiln. Okay, with the hydraulic press up, the next step is to remove the thermometer. Thermometer removed. This controls the drying rate. So depending on what temperature you have the wood at is going to control how much moisture is going to be coming out of the wood. So this is a very, very crucial aspect of the vacuum kiln. We want to keep that nice and safe. Next up, this is where I can wash my hands of this. Troy and my father-in-law Steve, they're going to be pushing in the timber cart, hooking this up to the telehandler, and pulling this all out right to outside here where they're going to be unloading it. So we'll be showing you all this lumber getting unloaded, and hopefully they'll be loading this kiln. Get to work, boys. We don't actually do this too often, but we're drying dimensional lumber, so straight edge. Normally we're doing live edge lumber, so it's a little bit more difficult to check the moisture. Fortunately, I can just go on the side of this pack and hold my meter there and check the moisture content. Unfortunately, my eyes don't bend like that. So all I have to do is push the hold button, and it's going to hold our moisture content. So I'm going to place it on the wood now. Push the hold button, and here we go. So we just had this lumber sawmilled. It was about 70–80% moisture content when this went in. It's been in for about 7 to 10 days. We can dry pretty quick because of the vacuum kiln with extremely good quality hydraulic press. It dries the inside of the wood the same time as the outside of the wood. All right, let's go check out the wood boilers, making sure they're keeping the shop warm. All right, so here we are at our outdoor wood boilers. This one heats the shop. This one heats our kiln, helps us dry lumber. How do they do that? They got a fire going on the inside. There's 300 gallons of a water jacket. That water is being pumped on underground pipes that are insulated. One goes to the floor and one goes to the kiln. With the floor, all the hot water just pumps through the whole floor and it's constantly radiating up the heat. So thank you, wood boiler, for keeping our shop warm. And then number two has a radiator on the inside of the kiln where the hot water is flowing through with a big fan, and it transfers the heat into the kiln chamber using the big fan and the radiator. So let's see what's going on. All right, the boys have actually stocked this up fully. We have no lumber in our other kiln right now, so we don't need to add any wood. We only have a little bit of wood in there. Don't need to do that. Now, what do we burn in our wood boilers? We burn all the scraps from doing all the sawmilling. So the outside cuts of the logs only is the waste that we have here, and we don't just throw it away, we don't chip it, we don't just dump it. We actually burn it in those boilers and use it for heat to dry wood as well as dry the shop. Kind of weird that we cut up trees, we burn the trees to then dry more trees. It's the whole cycle, circle of life. It's a circle of life. Let's head into the shop, see what's going on.
Hey guys, Monday, it's a new start to the week. So let's show you what we got going on. To start, we got this waterfall bench. We got it glued up last week. We got the bottom stained, we got the bottom sprayed. So now we're just doing a little bit of touch up on the top. We got some bow ties in the top, so we're just cleaning that up a little bit, doing a final sand. We're actually going to be water popping this table because we're really trying to get some penetration in the stain. So that's a really nice unison color. It's very even. So this is going through, and hopefully this will be done today because we want to get it crated up, shipped down to the States. This one's going to New York. That's where this guy's going. James has been working hard too on all the cutting boards. We've had a lot going up on the website lately. Lots have been selling. It's been awesome seeing that with support from everyone. So this is another job we got on the go right now. It looks a little bit splattery right now, but that's the point. This is a desk going to the Chemtech group. And what we're doing is we poured a blue base pour, and then we put a little bit of white on top to do a little bit of a wave effect, which is pretty wavy in this one. But we're going to clean up a little bit on the sides here. And then we're going to be doing a clear pour on top of it. So it's really, really nice depth to it. This is Manitoba maple, so it's got all the red streaks in it. It's got tons of character. So this, really excited to get this piece done and through the shop. It's going to look really cool. We got it all sanded down after the first bathe in epoxy. So everything's all sealed up on it now. So now we're going to do the final coat on it. So it has a really, really nice shiny bar top finish on it. It's going to be like glass. So this one should be poured today or first thing tomorrow morning, so it's right on track. We got our big map of burl table. Now this table is actually not for a client. This is one that we're going to have in stock that will be up for sale at some point. What we really wanted to do is get some of the map of burl that we just got in and use it, show everyone what it looks like, all the character in it, all that jazz. So again, really, really excited for this piece. It's going to look amazing. We got our Chemtech desk here. This is being flipped today. We're going to be cutting holes for the electrical boxes that we're putting in. See, we did a little bit of an outline here. That right there. We're going to have a second one right here. So we need to cut those holes. We need to final sand and finish it. Lots going on, so stay tuned. We'll keep you updated on it all.
But we got a job to do. I need to scale these logs. These were dropped off by a local tree service company. We got a few walnut trees here. Nothing incredibly huge, but still some really nice lumber. So I need to scale the board footage, put them in the categories of how much I pay, and then get back in touch with the tree service company and let them know. So we're gonna get to it. Let's just pick a nice easy one here. We're not gonna bore you with scaling every single log that we have here. What I need to do is use my Doyle scale stick. I'm going to measure the length of the log. This is 3 feet long. So I got 3, 6, 9, oh, jeez, 12 footer. We then take this to the smaller end, which is right here. On the stick, there's a 12, so that means that's a 12 footer. And depending on the diameter, this is going to tell me the board footage. So when we place this on here, I'm just inside the bark. If I hold it that way here, we have about 115 board feet. and then if I turn it this way, bit less, more like 100 board feet that way. So I'm going just over the 91, kind of in between those two. So we'll call this log 110 board foot. Gonna write that down, just keep going. $637 plus 293. I gotta do some math now. So we got a 3 plus the 7 is a 10. So we got 13. 960 board feet is what I scaled out of those logs. Pretty awesome. There was a few walnut trees, some actual nice ones there. Oh, she's a slippery one there. All right, that's the end of this Woodworking Life log. Hope you enjoyed it. The kiln actually fully got loaded today. We just didn't get a chance to show you that. So thank you, Troy, father-in-law, Big Steve. Big Steve for life. Hopefully he watches this. All right, and of course, Justin. Well, he's keeping up with the projects in the shop. So thank you, Justin. And thank you to all of you for watching. This is why we're doing it. We're trying to share what we do on a daily basis with you. And the mere fact that you all watch it every day, you know, makes us want to make another video for you. So as I said, thanks for watching. Smash that like button. Smash it! And if you're not already subscribed, subscribe. Make it a great one, everyone.